I've told this story a few times. Most people don't believe me. Some say I imagined it. Others say I'm lying for attention. But one of my friends never came home that night, and the building is still standing. I still remember the way the air felt before we went in. Heavy, not cold, not hot, just thick, like the night was pressing down on us. There were 5 of us: Marcus, Jalen, Rhea, Tess, and Eli. It was my idea. I'd heard about the building growing up, an old textile factory at the edge of town, shut down decades ago. Fires, lawsuits, workers who supposedly walked out and never showed up again. The kind of place people whispered about, then laughed off. I wanted content. I wanted a story. We parked a block away and walked the rest of the distance in silence. The building came into view slowly, rising behind weeds and broken fencing, like it didn't belong to the same world as the rest of the city. The windows were dark. No reflections. No glow. Just empty black squares. Marcus cut through the fence first. The metal screeched softly, and the sound echoed longer than it should have. "That's not a good sign," Tess muttered. Eli laughed. "Relax, it's just sound bouncing around." I told myself he was right. The front doors were half open, hanging at an angle. One of them creaked when Marcus pushed it. A long, slow groan that made my stomach tighten. The smell hit us immediately. Dust, old metal, something damp underneath it all. Rhea lifted the camera. The red light blinked on. "Say something," she whispered. "All right," I said quietly. "We're inside the old Mercer textile factory. No power, no people, just us." My voice sounded wrong in there, too loud, like the walls didn't want it. We stepped into the main floor. The ceiling stretched high above us, most of the lights shattered, wires dangling like dead vines. Machines sat frozen mid-use, belts cracked, control panels rusted solid. Jalen ran his flashlight across the walls. "You see that?" There were marks, long lines gouged into the concrete, too wide to be tools, too uneven. Eli frowned. Probably forklifts or something. But he didn't sound convinced. We moved deeper. The farther we went, the quieter it got. Not just less noise, no wind, no distant traffic. Even our footsteps sounded muted, like the sound was being swallowed before it could echo. That's when Tess stopped. "Do you hear that?" We all froze. At first, I thought it was my heartbeat. Then I realized it wasn't coming from inside me. A slow, dragging sound. Somewhere above us. Marcus tilted his head. "That's just the building settling." Then something fell. Not crashed. Dropped. It hit the floor above us with a dull thud, followed by another dragging sound, slower this time. Eli swallowed. "Okay, that's new." I should have said we were leaving. Instead, I said, "Let's check the stairs." There's something. The lights flashed again, and the space where Eli had been was suddenly empty. He screamed. The sound didn't echo. It just stopped, cut off so fast it felt unnatural. "Eli!" I shouted. We ran, not toward the stairs, toward the sound. I don't know why. We found him near one of the old looms, or what was left of him. He was on the floor, his body pulled at impossible angles, like something had grabbed him and pulled in opposite directions. His arms were stretched far beyond where they should have been. One leg twisted the wrong way, pinned beneath a machine that hadn't moved in decades. He was still alive. Barely. His eyes locked onto mine. He tried to say something, but his voice came out wet and broken. The machines around him began to move. Slowly. Belts creaked, metal groaned. Gears turned for the first time in years. Something unseen pulled. Eli screamed again, louder this time. I won't describe everything that happened next. I just remember the sound, the way his scream rose, then snapped into silence. The machine stopped. What was left of him didn't look human anymore. Tess vomited. Rhea dropped the camera. Jalen grabbed my arm so hard it hurt. "We can't help him," Marcus said, voice shaking. "We can't." The dragging sound returned. Closer. We ran. Down the stairs, through the main floor, past the doors. The building screamed as we left, metal bending, walls groaning, like it was angry we escaped. We didn't stop running until we reached the car. We never went back. The police searched the building days later. They found blood, scraps of clothing, the camera. They ruled it an accident. Machinery malfunction. But here's the part I don't tell many people. When Rhea checked the footage later, there was something standing behind Eli before he disappeared. Tall, thin, and smiling like it had been waiting for us a long time. The building still stands, sometimes late at night. I swear I hear machines starting up in the distance, and I know it's hungry.